The poor man spent all his savings on a first-class airline ticket, only to meet the CEO of the airline. But right after they shook hands, the wealthy businessman kept disinfecting his hand in disgust, though slightly embarrassed. The man still said he wanted to start a low-cost airline, to let poor people afford to fly too. But he was met with fierce laughter from the tycoon, who even had his bodyguards kick him to economy class. That humiliation made Mareth furious. He refused to move. However, the rich man signaled to the flight attendant, and the plane actually turned around and headed back. As soon as Mareth was thrown off the plane, he was stopped by an older man. He was a venture capitalist who had heard Mareth's conversation with the tycoon on the plane and wanted to invest in the project. So Mareth explained to the investor, as long as the low-cost airline abandoned business class and in-flight meals, converted the extra space into seats, it could reduce costs and increase profits. High volume, low cost, everyone wins. The investor was stunned by the simplicity and vision. He brought Mareth to the company, and after an inspiring presentation filled with passion and sharp thinking, Mareth earned the board's approval. The next step was getting the government license, but the department head gave him every possible obstacle. He refused to let Mareth in, ignored him even when he stood right in front of the office door, and made him wait day after day in the lobby. A kind secretary told him the director had no intention of issuing the license at all, because Mareth was an unknown nobody. Seeing all his efforts vanish into thin air at that moment, Mareth sat desolately at the railway station when he accidentally learned the president would be visiting soon. He asked a friend to help arrange a meeting with the president, but was caught by guards at the last checkpoint. Ignoring the guards' obstruction, Mareth shouted about his low-cost airline plan. The innovative proposal instantly sparked the president's interest, who then granted Mareth 2 minutes of meeting time. Mareth analyzed the drawbacks of inconvenient national transportation and how the low-cost airline could solve the country's problems. The president favored his idea, but was also curious why a poor young man would take such huge risks to start an airline. It turned out, in his youth Mareth had quarreled fiercely with his father and run away from home to join the army. Years later he suddenly received the sad news that his father was dying. Overwhelmed with grief, Mareth rushed to the airport anxiously, only to find the airfare was ridiculously expensive. He couldn't afford it even if he emptied all his savings. Desperate, he had to beg passers-by for help humbly, even abandoning his dignity as a man, dropping to his knees, begging for help as a soldier with his military status as guarantee. Yet no one was willing to help him. Airport security dragged him away forcefully. Helpless, he had to take other means of transportation. When Mareth finally made his way home after countless transfers, he missed his father's last moments. Looking at the note his father had written to him, Mareth swore secretly in his heart he would never let such regret happen to others. Mareth's sincere feelings deeply touched the president, who personally signed the license approval document for him. Mareth finally achieved his dream and founded the country's first low-cost airline. He reshaped India's aviation landscape and helped countless people reach the skies for the very first